Hey, Pastor Jeremy here. We've been taking questions and answers from our students, and so we had a question today that I'm excited to share about. And it's actually a three-part question, so just hang in there with me, okay? The first question, or the first part of the question, was this: how did you become a pastor? And it's been a privilege for me to serve as a pastor for more than 12 years, and I love being a pastor. But I'll be honest with you, it wasn't like I wanted to be a pastor my entire life. In fact, I was kind of running away like Jonah from what God was calling me to do. I knew in high school that God wanted me to be a pastor, but I was too shy. I was terrified of speaking in public, and the thought of people looking to me as a pastor like I couldn't do it, so I kind of ran away. I wanted to do more graphic design and something else. I literally moved across the country after I graduated from high school. And so God called me, and once He calls you, you really need to surrender to that call. And so I remember I was working a couple of jobs at the time. I took a gap year after high school, and it was in that time. A little church I was going to, the youth pastor there really encouraged me to pursue God's plan for my life, which was to be a pastor. And so I moved and went to Bible college, and I prepared to become a pastor. And it has been my privilege to serve at two different churches, and I have loved God's call. I'm so glad that I surrendered to His call. The second question that has been asked about this is what do I like about being a pastor? And I've got to tell you, I love the people. Now, I'm an introvert, but I love people, and I love being around people. That's why I miss hanging out with you so much right now in this quarantine season, because I love seeing your faces on Sunday morning or even on Wednesday night. But another thing that I love about being a pastor is it is such a privilege to teach people the Bible. I love teaching the Bible. And that is a perk, a benefit of being a pastor, that I'm able to share God's Word with others. I love seeing what the Bible has for us in our practical daily life. And so loving people, loving the Bible, that's really what I love most about being a pastor. And then the third part of the question was this: how are you doing as a pastor right now? And this is a really interesting and weird season right now. Typically pastors, we're with people all the time, but we're not able to be with people right now because of COVID-19. And it's so weird, let me tell you, being in an empty church on Sunday morning. I've been able to speak in our adult services into empty rooms, and it's super weird. Recording youth messages in an empty youth center is so bizarre. So it's weird right now to be a pastor, but we're trying to text and email, encourage people, even from far away and from digitally. If you're asking or thinking that God may have the call of a pastor on your life, let me encourage you to surrender to His will, because you will never find anything better than being part of God's plan, because His plan is so good for you. And I'm so glad, as a 19-year-old young adult, that I surrendered to God's plan for being a pastor. And it has been one of the greatest decisions that I've ever made. And so I pray that you will also find God's plan for your life as well. Hey, thanks again for the questions. I'll hope to see you again soon. God bless.